Hello everyone, how's everyone today? Welcome to Commercial Farming with the Dirt Road Farmer. Well, today we are going to harvest a small field of corn. I've switched out the headers on two of these harvesters, and two of them is all we're going to need because uh, we've only got 60.3 acres to do. So we've got a potential harvest quantity of 448,933 liters. We've got a yield bonus of 100%, and fertilized it's 100%, and it is ready to harvest. So let's jump in here and let's get these guys programmed in. All right. Of course, we got to wait for it to save, of course. All right. First thing you want to do is come down here to Courseplay, where you got all the waypoints. Click on that and clear that course that's in that harvester. You want to clear that course out. All right. Now we want to come up here. This is field 6, and we don't have a field 6. So we're going to create a new folder, and we're going to call it field 6. Okay. And now let's go up, click on field 6. We have nothing in it. All right, that's the place to work from. Now we're going to go up here and create a course. So we come over here to create a job. Click on create a job. Go up and make sure Courseplay field work is lit up. That's what we want. And then find the field position. Okay, and we'll bring that down and we'll put it right there. Now we can open our course generator. Multiple tools, yes, but we only want 2. We want to run lands. And how many lands? 4. That'll be good. All right. Now let's generate the fieldwork course. Already got that done. All right, let's go back down here to where all the waypoints are at over here, where my cursor's at. And we want to save that course. Now you want to make sure your correct field's lit up. Field 6. Save it. Activate it. And we want to call this harvest corn. And the reason we're saying corn is because of the headers that's on the harvesters. Okay, and we'll put 2H for 2 harvesters. That way we know that we're harvesting with 2 harvesters with a corn header on them. All right, and there we have it. Now we can get out of this, bring up our small HUD, and here we have our course. Harvest 2 corn headers. First waypoint, 1 left is his position. All right, let's jump in our second harvester. All right, first thing we want to do, clear that current course. Now, the course that we put in it, that we generated, is right here. Field 6, and the course that we put in it. Now we want to load that into harvester number 2. Activate it. We can get out of that. Alright, and now we notice that we've got it in there. First waypoint. That harvester was one left. This one is going to be one right. Okay? Okay. The only thing for us to do now is to start this harvester. Alright. And we'll get over here into the second harvester. Looks like the first one's off. All right. Let him get up there a little ways, and then we'll start this guy. All right. Very good. Very good. All right. Now, this is a small field, and I don't know what these guys are running. Let's bring our HUD back up. 7 miles an hour is what they're harvesting at. And that's okay for this small field. But when we get into those great big fields, yes, I am going to have to speed these up a little bit. So, yeah, it's not realistic, but well, I'll just put it to you like this. The field that I bought that is over 7,000 acres, I split that in half, so we've got about 3,500 acres on each end of that field. It takes a full 12 hours, real time, a full 12 hours to get that harvested. And that's with 5 harvesters running 12 miles an hour. So, yes, we will have to speed these up. Number one, the other headers, the grain headers, they're wider than these corn headers. So there's that also, you know. All right. Well, we just want to make sure these guys get turned around correctly, which I have every reason to believe that they will. And then we'll make our way back. We'll get in our grain cart and see if we can get some corn hauled. Now, being we are just harvesting this corn, we're not chopping it. We are getting a little bit of chaff out the back. Not chaff, but straw, I guess. Corn straw. Stalk straw. If we jump out, we will notice we have to turn the HUD back on, but we are getting our 50% fertilizer. Now, if we were cutting this straw for chaff, we wouldn't be leaving anything on the field, and therefore we'd have 0% fertilizer. So, yes. All right, let's run and jump back in this harvester. This is the number 1 harvester. And it looks like everything is going real good. All right, well, we're going to let this guy get back down here to the end, and we'll jump out of him and get into our grain cart and prepare to unload them. All right, well, if you notice, this number one harvester is only picking up a little bit of his next row. Now that is completely normal. If you're running lands like this and you create a course, not every field is going to come out exactly correct for them to run a full swipe. And this is just the way that they compensate for the width of the field. Now from here on out, that harvester will take a full swipe all the way. It's just on the first pass usually, and that's depending on where you start your harvesters at. So, but they will, they'll compensate for the width, and yeah. All right, I didn't figure they'd have much in them. But that's all right. All right. We've got what he's got. Now let's go get number two. It reminds me of several years ago, and if you've been following me, you heard me talk about the summer that I worked for my cousin on a farm. We built a pretty good size pig house or pig barn, whatever you want to call it. And the way we did it at the time, now you're going back several years, okay? Yeah, like I said, I was only 14, maybe 15. So yeah, that's going back a few years. But anyway, he had a bulldozer come in, and he had them dig a big old pond. And we took and built this hog house over the top of the pond. Now that was a pretty good job, because all the holes for the posts, they all had to be dug. Yeah, and I do not, for the life of me, I do not remember how many post holes that was, but it was several. So anyway, that was a big undertaking all on its own, is getting the post holes dug. Well, then we had to start building. We put the post in, concreted them in, and then we started building on the floor. And now the floor, it was all a slotted floor. Everything was built out of oak, and it was green oak whenever we were building it. Well, yeah. We were able to drive nails in that oak, but we had to use a small sledgehammer in order to drive the nails. Now, there wasn't no air tools or electric nail drivers or, battery operated. It wasn't none of that. We didn't have any of that. So, we'll jump up here in this harvester. So what we would do is we would lay the boards. One person would go through and start the nail in that floor. Now we were building them out of rough cut 2x6 oak, and one person would start the nail, and he would start, 4 or 5 nails, get ahead, and then the next person would come through with a small sledgehammer and drive them nails in it. And of course, the nails were a galvanized nail to help prevent rusting and rotting. But the floors were slatted, so there was, and I do not to this day remember exactly how much space we left in between them, but I mean, it wasn't anything like a couple of inches, because of course, the pig's feet would get down in between the cracks, so we didn't want that. But anyway, we built the floor, and on this floor we pinned out 16, I think it was 16 different pins with a catwalk in front of the whole house. Now, then we put a roof on it. Inside each pin we put a feeder, and the pigs never hit the ground. They were always on that, always in the house. So the first month, around the first of the month, he bought, I do not remember how many pigs went in each pen. I do not remember that. But anyway, he bought pigs and he put them in the first pen. The second month, he went and bought 6 or more pigs, and he brought them back, and he moved the pigs that he put in the first pen to the second pen. And then he realized that that was not going to work, so he moved them back to the original pen, and that was too much work to move pigs all around like that. So then he moved them back to the original pen that he put the first bunch of pigs in, and he put those pigs in the second pig pen. So now he's got 2 pens in that house, and there's 16 pens. 12 or 16, 12 I think. And, then the next month he done the same thing, and he put them in the third pen. Well, now these were just small pigs, babies, piglets, that he was buying. Well, after he kept them for so long, and I don't remember how long it was, he had to take them pigs and sell them. So he would go all the way back when the house was full, when he finally put the 12th pen. Whenever he filled that up, he waited until the next month, and he took however many pigs we put in a pen, he took them and sold them. And then while he was there, he picked up piglets and brought them back and started the whole process again. And that's kind of the way that I got my idea of how I was going to do my cows on this farm. It worked out pretty good, because every month he was selling a bunch of hogs. So, and then, of course, it was easy taking care of them, because there was no cleanup. In that pond underneath the house, eventually it got water in it. And, of course, all the pig manure fell down through the cracks of the floor. There was automatic waterers in there, automatic feeders. And all we had to do is just keep the feeders full, check the water, make sure the water was all working right. And, we done that a couple of times a day. But it was really a neat setup. And, now, as far as I'm concerned, now maybe later down the road, he may have had to go in and suck those, or suck that pond out. with a harvester, with a manure spreader and spread it, I don't know. But as far as I know, for the time that I was there, it was maintenance free. We never had to do anything to it. But like I said, that could have changed after I left. So, but anyway, I just wanted to share that with you. It was kind of a neat setup. I was involved in building it, helped building it, and it was a lot of hard work, let me tell you that. You want to talk about blisters on your hands? Yeah. That oak was very, very hard to deal with. Real hard. So, but anyway, we're going to let these guys make another round, and then we'll get them emptied out on their way back down this same road. I'll get right back with you. All right. Well, these guys are almost done with this field. Of course, like I said, it wasn't a very big field, and we do have some pretty big equipment in here. So, yeah. We do have our truck over there that we emptied in a while ago. It's running on auto drive. And when we empty these guys out this time, we'll go dump in him again. And I don't know if we'll have enough or not for him to go empty. But, yeah. But we'll get this guy emptied out. All right. You know, if you think about it, that's a lot of corn coming off such a small field, really. But that's okay. What's got me wondering is how much corn's going to come off of all these big cornfields that we are planting. Now that's the $100 question right there. Yeah. But we'll soon find out. Now these guys have got one more lands to do, and they will be done. All right. And like I said, I don't know if this will be enough to fill the truck up or not. It should be, but who knows? I'm almost certain that it will, but now, like, keep in mind that trailer on that truck, I increased the capacity of it, and it holds 300,000 liters. So, if it only held 60 or 70 thousand, then that would be a different story. But yeah. So anyway, we're fixing to find out. All right. Now on them big corn harvests, them big fields that we're planting corn in, I think we'll probably end up having to have at least all three of them. All three trucks running. May have to, on the great big fields, we may have to, yep, there's enough to fill him, he's off. We may even have to add the fourth truck, I don't know. So, but anyway, we're going to get over here and see if we can't ride with one of these harvesters a little bit and finish this field off. So we'll get over here. We'll find out how much more they got and which way they're going to end this thing. And yeah, but right now I think we'll go and we'll just ride with them for a little bit. All right. We are riding with that #1 harvester, and as you can see, that's some tall corn, and thank goodness for guidance steering, you know, GPS, because once you get it lined up into these rows, you can't see nothing. Now we can turn around, look at our corn going in the bin. So, and we got our buddy seat right there. Our path that we're running. So, yeah, everything's going great. Nice looking harvester on the inside, I'll tell you. Air conditioned, yeah, heat, sound system. Oh yeah. But we'll jump back out of it. We'll go down here and see if we can see the corn going in. Oh yeah. Very good. All right. Well, these guys are, like I said, this will be their last lands, and I think they're probably going to end, I don't know if it'll be at this end of the field or the other end. We'll find out here in just a second. All right, I do not see a stop trigger there. So, I don't mean anything. It just means I don't see one there. So, they may stop at the other end. But, regardless, we'll be here to catch them whenever they do. So, anyway, we'll just wait for them to finish up, and then we'll empty back into that truck, and we'll be done. All right, well, these guys are going to end this field down here at the far end. And you never know unless you really go and look at the tracking, that the course that you made for Courseplay, exactly where it's going to end, and then remember it. And I never really remember what the track looked like and where their start point. I know about where their start point's going to be, but I never really pay any attention to where they're going to end it at. But in this particular case, they're ending it down here at this end of the field. So we're gonna catch these guys, get them off the end of the field. And you can see the other one down there, just barely see him, he's getting started. But anyway, we'll get them stopped down here, get them pulled out there off the field, and empty them out. So, if you've liked this content, go down there and give me a thumbs up. I'd sure appreciate it. Again, you know, if you get tired of my stories, leave me a comment. Just tell me, you know, you're not going to offend me at all. If it's something that I think you would like for me to share with you, then I do. Uh, my old stories are just not worth anything really to anybody other than myself. But now let's turn this HUD on. But other than that, now this guy he's wanting to be unloaded. He's going to put his pipe out, which is okay. But we're going to pull him out about right there. Alright. And then we're going to get back over into the other harvester. And we'll get him off whenever he gets to the end. So, but as I was saying, my old stories doesn't really mean anything to anybody else other than me, you know, just for memories and stuff. Different things that I've been through, different things that I've seen, things that I've helped do. And that's basically all there is to it, you know. But anyway, if you've liked this content, please give me a thumbs up. I sure appreciate it. And subscribing doesn't cost anything. And hitting that notification bell, all that does is just let you know whenever I post a new video. But it helps me out tremendously. One thing that I did get this week that I was not expecting at all, and that was a super thanks. I had a super thanks donated to me, and that was shocking. But anyway, yeah, just go down there and hit that like button, that thumbs up button, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Then you'll know every time I post a new video. Then you can choose to watch it whenever you want to. Alright, we're going to shut this guy off. We'll put our own pipe out. Alright, let's get him over here in line. And we'll jump out of him. We'll get in our tractor. And let's get these two harvesters unloaded. And this field will be done. Now we can come back in and mulch it and replant it. Now, you know the saying about corn. Mulching is one thing that we do have to do. But being this is a cornfield, after we get done mulching it, then we have to come in and plow it. Now it's still got its 100% 50% fertilizer on it, but we still have to plow it, and it'll keep that 50% fertilizer. And it's put on there by the harvesters with the chopped straw mod. So then we can come in and plant it, and then we'll get our 100%. So, well, I don't see our truck yet. Well, there it is. It's sitting down there. All right. Well, we'll empty into this truck and let him go empty, and I guess we'll end the video. Next video we do is we will probably come in here and deal with this field and get it replanted. But like I said, it's going to have to be plowed because there's corn in it. And if you don't, you just get a dock on your harvest. So, yeah. So we'll empty into this truck. I don't think we'll have enough to fill him up, but that's all right. I'll have quite a bit. All right. Well, like I said, we're going to call this a video. And as always, thank you for watching.